Hey guys, Ben here and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about Supergirl because we got a brand new look at Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow that definitely pulls into question if there is going to be a name change. So if you do go on to enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos later this year. Okay, so we've got to talk about this because David Krumholtz, who is an actor who was cast in Supergirl, and he's going to be playing Supergirl's dad. And so he basically posted on Instagram saying that he was wrapped up and everything, and along with the Instagram post, obviously there was some photos, and one just had his name on a chair, but the other side you can see this Supergirl logo that's on the screen right now. Now, what is important about this? Well, number one, that gives you a good look at the Supergirl logo. We have seen another Supergirl logo that was on that photo that James Gunn posted a while ago. I'll put it on the screen right here. Obviously the two designs are quite different. This is definitely way more comic booky, the new one posted by David Krumholtz, and maybe they're using them for different cast members. Maybe it's just Millie Alcock who gets that version and it's the other cast members who get this version. But the colors on this Supergirl logo are popping. Like, you can see the red and then the blue underneath, which is a bit strange because normally that would be kind of yellow or gold. That's just the traditional look. I don't know if this is the way that her suit is actually going to look. We have seen behind the scenes set photos and set videos of Supergirl. We're going to talk about one that is brand new a bit later in this video, but I can't really see from that far away if there is any blue underneath her House of El crest. Well, it would definitely be a bit odd if it was the case. And over the top of the House of El crest you got Supergirl. Now, normally on these chairs you would have the title of the film, right? Or it would just be the logo like you saw on Millie Alcock's chair. So this has brought into question, has the name been changed for Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow? Are they going to do a Superman Legacy and cut it down to just Superman, or in this case cut it down to just Supergirl rather than Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow? I think that wouldn't be far-fetched. They're definitely going for the simpler titles and I don't think they're going to go for anything that crazy. Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow is a great title, but I don't think it's absolutely necessary. So I think calling it Supergirl is actually probably a good idea because it's to the point. Everyone knows what you're going to get. If you know Supergirl at all, or if you're a casual and then maybe you know Superman and that's about it, you're like, Supergirl, oh, that's similar to Superman, and look at the crest, it's pretty similar. That must be linked, and then maybe some people like that are going to watch the film because they think, oh, this is related to Superman or related to DC. So what do you guys think? Do you think this is them actually confirming that the title has been changed, that it is Supergirl? Well, let's go ahead and read through this article from Superhero Hype because they comment on this and obviously give their opinions about what is going on here. So David Krumholtz posted this along with his Instagram post, wrapped incredible experience working on Supergirl with Millie Alcock and Emily Beecham. Thanks to Craig Giuseppe, Peter Safran and James Gunn and the absolutely incredible London-based cast and crew. He captioned in his Instagram post showing his chair with Zor-el and obviously the Supergirl logo. So the Supergirl logo hints at a new title for the DC movie as a subtitle that Superhero Hype has wrote down, where they note that the words Woman of Tomorrow are nowhere to be found in the logo and on the chair, suggesting that like Superman before it, the DCU movie has dropped its subtitle. So they go on to say a bit about Superman Legacy and how it changed to Superman, but however by the time that production on the DCU movie began, it was obviously shortened to Superman, with Gunn explaining, when I finished the first draft of the script, I called the film Superman Legacy. By the time I locked in the final draft, it was clear the title was just Superman. Now, Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow derives from its title of the same comic book series of the same name, which follows a 21-year-old Kara Zor-el as she travels across the galaxy with Crypto, during which she meets a young girl named Ruthie and goes on a murderous quest for revenge for the big screen. So Anna Noguera wrote this, and there is a bunch of different cast members that have been announced. Obviously Jason Momoa is a big one, so they don't really go like too much into detail, but they're kind of suggesting, yeah, this could be a title change, and maybe that's why the chair doesn't say Woman of Tomorrow along with Supergirl. So let me know down in the comments below, what do you think about this? Do you think that the title is going to change? Do you think it's a good idea? Or do you think this design on the chair is just like a temporary thing they put together so that they could have a chair and have the logo on it that just somewhat resembled what they were going to be using? Well, let me know down in the comments below about all of that. Let's move on to our next main topic. This is all to do with Jason Momoa, because his Lobo has been revealed in a new behind the scenes video showcasing footage of him filming a fight scene, or at least his stunt double. It's from very far away, it's the same source as before, that is Unbox PhD, and so there's a 2-minute long video of Jason Momoa's Lobo fighting in Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. However, we're not sure who he is fighting against. Supergirl actually isn't in this footage, it's him fighting someone else, and they are like mid-battle. There's definitely some CGI going on, because at one point Lobo actually throws something at the assailant that he is fighting and they react to it, but they get away by dodging whatever he just threw at him, and then he goes after them and he hits him with something, and it's at that point where the scene kind of just stops. And yeah, I mean, I think they just shot this a bunch of times. The footage is basically just a couple of takes, but obviously it gives us a better look at Jason Momoa's Lobo, who has like a really long cape behind him, which isn't very traditional for Lobo. It's quite a different look, although I would say from this angle he looks pretty much like Lobo from the comics. Apart from that, obviously they're going to be making a few changes in terms of wardrobe and maybe even like makeup and things like that, but I'm really liking what I'm seeing of Lobo so far from, you know, the various set photos and videos that have been posted. And if you analyze the scene, obviously I'm not going to be able to show it due to copyright reasons, but it will be in the top link in the description below, so you can go ahead and check out the footage yourself. But there is a ton of actors and a ton of extras on this set, although Lobo is literally just focusing on this one assailant. But you can see there is a ton of people in costume, some people sitting down at the side of the set, right at the top of the screen, and there are a couple suited people just like standing around kind of watching the fight going on. So I'm curious, I think what is going on here is this is actually a big battle scene, but they are just focusing the cameras on both of those characters at this point, and that's why everyone else is kind of just standing there idly while this is all happening. And again, there is a bunch of blue screen in the background, so that means they're going to be creating a CG environment where they're obviously going to be on a different planet, and it seems like the same kind of spaceship type set that they're on. I don't know if it's actually a spaceship or if it's some sort of outside area, maybe a square in like an alien city. That could actually be what we're seeing here, but it looks very military, it looks very high tech, it looks like it's definitely not from Earth. So off the top of my head right now, I can't think of what exact scene this is from Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, because Lobo, even though he was supposed to originally be in the comic book, he never actually showed up in the comic book. It was all about Krem, and we know that Krem is going to show up and be one of the main villains, if not the main villain of this film. And we know that he's going to potentially be either teaming up or facing off against Lobo. We'll have to wait and see which way it goes. But this scene, again, I just don't know where this actually fits in, but it is some sort of big fight scene between all these people. Anyway, that's enough rambling to do with the set video, but I'm looking forward to Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, or Supergirl nevertheless. Just one more thing that I wanted to note before we end the video. Apparently Jason Momoa wrapped like maybe a week ago or so I don't know if this footage is old and they're just getting around to posting it, but it's a bit odd, the timing of all of this, because this was just posted a day ago, so it could in fact be a stunt double for just a couple of like action scenes that they need Lobo in for, but Jason Momoa was already wrapped, so they're just like, yep, okay, let's call in the stunt guy, he's gonna get all in the Lobo makeup and everything like that, he can get in the costume and just do a couple of fight scenes, and we're gonna shoot it in a way that we're not going to reveal exactly what he looks like, because that's just the way that Hollywood works. They do stuff like that all the time because it costs money to have these big actors in, so it's always best to try and wrap them as soon as you can. But that pretty much does it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment. It would really help this video get out there, and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. But for now, you can click on the top right corner of the screen to watch my latest video, and I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.